In episode 45, we saw a fight between Titan TV Man and Speaker Man. In episode 57, we saw a fight between Titan Speaker Man and Cameraman. The only confrontation that has not yet taken place is between Titan TV Man and Titan Cameraman. From the first part of episode 79, we learned that Titan TV Man attacked the Cameraman base, and someone clearly needs to save them. Perhaps in the second part, we will finally see the legendary battle between them, which will show which of them is the strongest. Animator Strider, in his recent fan art, presented what this battle between the two most powerful Titans might look like. And at the end, as a bonus, I will tell you a theory about the future episodes that you will definitely like, so I ask you to like and subscribe to the channel, and we will continue. First of all, it is worth noting that Dafook himself left a comment under this fan-made video. In addition to him, other well-known animators, such as Maxetti, also did not ignore this fan-made video. The plot of the fan-made video begins with the agents easily defeating the army of Skibidi Toilets. At this point, Titan TV Man says that they have been destroying this trash for a long time, but still haven't figured out which of the three Titans is the strongest. He suggests a duel and immediately challenges Titan Cameraman to a fight, to which he agrees. Before the fight begins, Titan TV Man teleports something resembling a shield onto his arm and asks Titan Cameraman if he is ready for battle. In response, Cameraman aims his cannon at him. TV Man Titan begins to accumulate energy in his core and suddenly fires a powerful shot. However, Titan Cameraman manages to activate his shield and blocks the attack, moving forward at the same time. In response, Titan TV Man activates his shield, and a second later, the two Titans collide with incredible force. The explosion is so powerful that even Titan Speakerman cannot hide his surprise. The Titan Cameraman immediately opens fire with his cannon, but the Titan TV Man blocks the shells with his sword. Then he suddenly tries to teleport the blade behind the enemy's back. However, the cameraman notices the maneuver and deflects the attack in time. Enraged, the Titan TV Man utters the phrase, "No more games." Then we are suddenly shown the fight from the perspective of Titan Cameraman. It seems that he has pinned his opponent down and is inflicting serious damage on him. He even tries to finish off Titan TV Man with a shot from his cannon, but the attack is unsuccessful. At this moment, the TV Man Titan detaches his head from his body and begins to circle around the Cameraman Titan, confusing him. While he is distracted, the TV Man Titan's body pierces his opponent's arm with a sword and leaves the weapon inside. In order not to waste time, the TV Man Titan immediately attacks his enemy from the core, but the Cameraman Titan quickly uses his gravity cannon to detach the sword and repel the enemy's attacks, although he loses his main weapon. But he remembers his hammer, which he first used to knock the TV Man Titan off his feet, and then tried to finish him off. Unexpectedly, two side TVs begin to attack the Titan Cameraman from the smoke. But the Titan Cameraman is now more attentive, so he catches one of the TVs with his gravity gun. A second later, we see the Titan TV Man, whose main TV and some extremities have been damaged. The TV Man Titan decides to attach his side blades to his hands, and then immediately attacks the Cameraman Titan and knocks him off his feet, striking him several times. The Cameraman Titan catches one blade first, then the second, and then shoots the TV Man Titan's main TV with his cannon. The latter, in his rage, did not even flinch, but instead was able to strike back with his lasers from the TV. But the Titan Cameraman manages to find his hammer and knock down the Titan TV Man's TV, but the latter immediately removes his lens and then turns on a red glow against him. And it would seem that this is the end. The Titan Cameraman was slowly dying and could not do anything because he had already received a lot of damage. He began to tear off his head, but suddenly a knife stabbed sharply into the TV, thereby turning off the red glow. It turned out to be the Titan Speakerman, who gave the victory to the Titan TV Man ahead of schedule. Meanwhile, he says that he is leaving and says goodbye to the other Titans, who, judging by the sound, are being attacked by another army of Skibidi Toilets. And although the Cameraman Titan tried to show Speakerman Titan that everything was fine, the latter only nodded disapprovingly. Then we are abruptly transported to the TV Men base, where a scientist named TV Men, looking very unhappy, says that his Titan is an idiot and is already preparing to reprimand him. The cheerful Titan TV Man greets everyone, but the scientist TV Man immediately swears at him, saying that he spent a lot of time and resources on improving him, and he, in turn, stupidly wasted them. To which Titan TV Man just grins and says that at least he won the fight. Although the scientist TV man wanted to say something to him, he realized that it was useless and said that it would be better if they just killed him. This fan-made video turned out to be very high quality and quite realistic because, as Dafuk said earlier, it is not just strength that matters, but how competently each Titan can use their technology. Personally, I think that if we compare the two Titans in their best form, the TV Man Titan would have a better chance of winning, because at the very least, he could easily break or remove the Cameraman Titan's lens and finish him off with a red glow. But the Cameraman Titan, in turn, is capable of destroying TV Man's TVs with his hammer, and without them, TV Man loses more than half of his power. So it is really difficult to determine the winner with certainty. As we know, in the first part of episode 79, the TV Man Titan attacked the Cameraman base, and it would seem that they have no chance at all. After all, it is really difficult to resist such power. But what if Dafuk is actually hinting at the return of the Cameraman Titan? Now we are seeing the same parallel as in episode 50, with many identical moments. For example, there is another powerful attack on the base, and again, there is a feeling of complete hopelessness. There is also a brave character with suction cups, going alone against strong enemies. If it was Plungerman then, now it's Camerawoman. But the most important thing is the Titan, who appeared in episode 50 almost at the very end to change the course of the battle. Perhaps he will reappear in the second part, when the agents are on the verge of extinction. Of course, this is just a theory, but if this parallel turns out to be true and the Cameraman Titan does return, we will see a truly epic battle, especially since we haven't seen the Cameraman Titan for over a year in real time, which is a really long time. Even if he doesn't save the base himself, it would be incredibly interesting to see at least a flashback about where he disappeared to, how he survived, what happened to him, and what condition he is in now. In general, episode 80 is bound to be a key and turning point in the entire history of Skibidi Toilet. More and more unsolved storylines and mysteries are accumulating, which fans have been waiting for a long time. We should finally get to see the continuation of the Red Cameraman's interrogation. After all, we haven't understood anything from his first words and expressions yet. It is also unclear what will happen to Plungerman. At the beginning of episode 79, we were shown his monument, which could mean his death, and that the memory of him is all that remains. As we remember, scientists previously tried to restore Plungerman, or at least read his memory, but everything was unsuccessful due to the intervention of a secret agent. And of course, there remains the important question of Camerawoman's mental state. Will she be able to become a strategist, fighter, and commander again? Or is she forever broken by the death of a loved one? Many people want to hear the answers to these and many other questions, but everything will come in time. I would also like to touch on the topic of another squad from episode 78. As we know, an armada of speakers arrived there, but we did not see who we wanted to see, namely the Titan speaker. It is still unclear whether he has improved by the end, and if so, where will he arrive and with whom? Either to the location from episode 78, or he will go to rescue the Cameraman's base, possibly together with G-Man and that secret weapon. Also, in each of my videos, I can't help but touch on the topic of what Dafuk himself said about an important character dying in episode 79. In my previous videos, I have already given my guesses many times about which character will leave the series forever, but we have no clues as to who might die. For example, in episode 70, we were given a puzzle of characters, and we knew exactly which of them could die, but here Dafuk gave us no hints about it. Of course, he can remove a really important character from the plot, because we can never predict everything 100%, especially if the author is Dafuk, who does everything differently than many people think. Another big problem is that he has some important things to do in real life. Basically, all we can do is wait for new spoilers or information, and as always, this is your Super Cameraman signing off. Good luck everyone, bye for now.